Without further ado, we're going to be jumping into game number 1 of these two players. Right here in the bottom right, we have the red Zerg player. He is aGaham, and yeah, there he is. In the top left, his opponent, the blue Protoss, one of the fan favorites here. And one of the stronger, well, players I'd say at this venue right now. He is Harstem. Of course, this is not Method Ape, unfortunately, as people obviously were expecting for that game to happen here. Time to close the stream. Alright, alright. That's all good, guy in chat. It's alright. Anyway, we are seeing a very quick spawning pool here from aGaham coming out. There is a probe on the way to scout this out though, so luckily for Harstem, he's going to be in the know-how. He hasn't plopped down any expensive nexus yet. So, ooh, actually, nice hatchery block from aGaham as well. Gonna make walling off very, very difficult here for Harstem. Harstem putting down a second gateway. A little bit of emergency management right now for him. Has to make those zealots and some way around this area here. Luckily for him, of course, no creep will be spread until this is done. Probe still scouting around. Wants to make sure that this is in fact a very much all in, or if it's just a little bit of pressure. It looks like aGaham is looking to get a expansion going, but it's being blocked right now by Harstem, so delaying that one as well. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Anyway, here are the links already wailing away at that first gateway, and because this gateway, well, the wall-off is so awkward right now, it's going to be very hard for that zealot, of course, to kind of help out in this situation. As you can see, that it's a long walk distance. Normally, it's a little bit easier, of course, for the zealot to move back and forth between these two places. But actually, the gateway already falling. Harstem putting a shield battery over here instead of well, potentially could have blocked more links. Now getting a full surround on that shield battery. On top of the pylon here as well. A new pylon being put down. Probes being pulled as well. aGaham with the fury of the Zerg raining down from below. The hatchery now as well, gonna be spreading that creep, so as soon as anything else falls here, it's gonna be very difficult to remake that wall off, of course. Pretty much impossible until this hatchery is killed off. aGaham just, what in the world is he doing? Another hatchery just there in the middle of the map being put down, wanting to get as many eggs available to him as possible without having to transfuse here. Oh, a big surround, a little bit of a blunder there by Harstem, I'd have to say. Letting that stalker get surrounded like that. And, well, alright, well, I guess the shield battery is completed here. The hatchery did make it very difficult for the wall off, and now, you know what, there is still a little bit of a gap here, but the hatchery also making it impossible for the Zerglings to make use of that entrance. And once again, they do get in. Again, not really blocking off here by Harstem. The shield battery out of energy now. The links are on top of everything. More probes are gonna have to be pulled here, potentially. As more links are also still on the way. The shield battery every time giving a little bit of air to the stalker here, but the pylon is gonna fall. No more production for that gateway, unfortunately. As Harstem looking like he's in more and more trouble the further this game keeps going. And yeah, alright, I guess that's gonna be the first game of today, guys. aGaham taking a quick 1-0 lead. You know what? I don't really see Harstem still beating this. I'd be amazed if he does, but you know what? It is Harstem. Maybe if anyone can make that miracle happen, it's gonna be him. He's still trying, doesn't want to give up. But yeah. Not sure if I can still make a lot of comments about this one. GG is called. Alright, alright. First game going to aGaham. Being a little bit sneaky there. One proxy hatchery right in front of his base, blocking that wall off, and then another hatchery just in the middle of the map there. Waiting for him to try something else. Anyway. Yeah, that was quite something else. aGaham, just a beasting it over there. Just gonna have to do that one more time. Let's see if Harstem falls for it again. If he's gonna be able to make it happen this time around. Oh, Frank on the screen there a little bit. Actually, let me get rid of this so we can see the venue here, the venue cam. There we go. Look at him doing the adminning stuff. What a baller. Doing all the right things. Anyway, waiting for game number 2. They are in a lobby now. Subverting expectations. Yeah, you definitely did. That was a weird one, wasn't it? Jeez Louise. He only has to do it one more time now as well, and then he's just complete victor in this match against Harstem, and gonna take a nice early lead in, well, the group settings. You know what, maybe if he does get first place in his group, of course, Harstem is gonna have to try and take a couple more games there before he actually manages to get himself in the final round of 4 as well. And yeah, things go very quickly here. Anyway, both players are looking like they are ready. Oh wait, I am the lobby host again. I appreciate it. They put me as the lobby host. I'm the referee as well, I suppose. I can make myself a referee, no problem. Who cares? Well, probably they do a little bit here. Would be nice for them maybe to have their own pause button enabled, or unpause button, actually. Keeping things fair. Anyhow, game number 2 between these two, aGaham and Harstem. Who's going to be victorious this time around? 1 point on the board already for aGaham. 1-0. Match points available already to him. A little probey. Once again, going for that wall off at the natural. So he hasn't lost his nerves just yet. I doubt that there's anything else that is really acceptable to do anyway in this situation, right, against the Zerg. As the Protoss player. Maybe some sort of proxy of his own, but then he would just be dropping down to aGaham's level here, and I don't think Harstem really would want to see himself do such a thing. And he's gonna be okay this time around. No quick spawning pool, just another hatchery being plopped in the actual spot this time where you would see a natural hatchery being used. Probe gonna be looking out as well. Sees that there's nothing crazy this time going on, so let's see if he is actually gonna put down the Nexus before he puts down any cybernetic score this time around. I mean, he does have the opportunity to do so if he so desires, so might as well take that opportunity here. And yeah, there he goes. And now, just being a little bit on top of the mineral patches, of course, trying to figure out if he can still do a little bit more harassment, as pro players do. Make use of those little tiny pesky mechanics in the game as much as possible to gain the upper hand here. Even though it's the slightest of things, you know what, it's still always good to see players do these type of things. And the spawning pool only just now finishing, so you know what, he still had a moment where he may have been able to keep doing this. Of course, he needs to stay on top of his home-based production as well. Looks like everything is going alright so far for Harstem. There's a quick speed, 2 queens now on the way for aGaham. Harstem so far going for the adept end. There is the technology that he's gonna go for this time around. It's the Stargate. He constructed a staple building, honestly, in the ZVP matchup right now. Nothing else to say. Huh. To the base as well. Gonna go down for aGaham here. As, yeah, Harstem is just gonna have to wait here a little bit. He's gonna have those 2 adepts, of course. Shading in doesn't really want to commit here, I would imagine. No, not yet. Waiting for the second adept. Gonna be able to one-shot those pesky little drones. Until then, it's making a Phoenix, actually. Is that a Phoenix first, actually? Yeah, just completely foregoing the Oracles for now. Phoenix will be able to pick off a couple of Overlords, of course. Perhaps he did see the Overlord here already. Now a Phoenix over here as well. I think this is not good insight for Harstem, actually. Just flying straight towards that Overlord. It's almost as if he saw the stream. don't think he did though. Let me see. I'm looking at the venue cam right now. I don't think I see Harstem there. But yeah, figuring out where the second Overlord is. Gonna be a nice little potential supply block happening. Oh, there's 3 Overlords on the way, so again, just having to invest a bit more money in those Overlords than he may have wanted to at this point in the game. Other than that, nothing too much slowing him down here. Another Queen on the 3rd base, as we are seeing well, mostly drones being created right now, which is the appropriate response to the Stargate opening, of course. I mean, the Stargates are pretty good at killing off workers, but they're not that good at killing off your opponents. It's like a really slow death in a way, isn't it? So if you just keep droning and be even more greedy, then you might be able to replace those units. As these adepts, you know what? I guess, yeah, don't even need... It's a nice cancel on the 3rd base. The adepts going across the map as well, and the Lynx now on the opposite side, not going to be able to jump on top of them. Are these all the Lynx he has? Yeah, just the 8 Lynx. There's still a good amount of Queens, but with 4 adepts, that could still potentially do quite a bit of damage here. An interesting maneuver from Harstem, subverting the attention away from well, any type of ground force using those Stargate units, and now just rolling in with those adepts. Oh, a little bit of a misclick here, I would imagine. The adepts not going into the natural, but just kind of staying in the main base here. Shade, not going where he would want them to go, I would imagine. This is interesting, having the 4 adapted squad. Now even with 2 of them, well, 1 of them going down, still going to be able to one-shot most of the things, but the Lynx are plentiful enough, taking them down afterwards. aGaham, though, I have to say, losing 12 workers there, quite a big blow. Doesn't have that many workers right now on the board. Harstem leading in that perspective right now. So, yeah, as long as Harstem kind of keeps alive and keeps his economy afloat against these Lynx, then, you know what, I'm feeling this game for Harstem. I'm liking his odds rather well. Archives also going to be added here together with the just the charge upgrade for now. Hydralisk also going to be the answer for aGaham here. The good unit against any type of gateway force, but of course as soon as those High Templar are out, it's going to come down to whether or not Harstem commits to getting the Storm as well. Storm, amazing of course, against Hydralisks or Zerglings. It's a pretty good map for Storm as well. Actually, I'm not even sure if Harstem's gonna give the or get the time that he needs to. Look at all these Queens marching across the map. aGaham never made a 4th base either, actually, so he's just gonna go for it, trying to finish off his opponent right here. It has been scouted by Harstem. Probably a lot longer before I noticed this, but yeah, there's shield batteries on the way. 2 more being plopped down. Just seeing the severity of the situation now, trying to commit all his money right now into defensive structures. He does have 2 Archons, 2 Immortals, quite a bunch of sentries as well to help out with this defense. Nice rotating around, forcing those Lynx backwards here for a moment. Trying to get right on top of those Hydras. The Zealots don't have charge yet, so they're very slow in engaging these Hydralisks. The Zerglings are on top of the Archons. The Archons still doing quite well though. 2 more shield batteries finishing just in the nick of time. I think Harstem just barely has enough to hold on here using those shield batteries. But you know what? They are out of energy. 2 more Immortals though. Oh, they do pack a big punch, don't they? They hand out quite a nasty kick in the groin to the Zerg army here. Alright. That might give the opportunity now for Harstem to start marching across the map. As we can see, the supply overall in favor for Harstem. Army supply, though, not that much of a difference here. It's going to come down to, well, both these players making the decision what they want to do. Looks like Harstem, he hasn't started pro production yet. Or anything of the sorts. aGaham, he is going to add on a 4th base. So he's going to try to transition out of this aggression into more economic type of situation. Oracle flying through. Let's take a look at what he sees here. Well, he sees the 4th base, realizing that perhaps this could be a good opportunity for him to start going across the map here. And yeah, that's exactly what he does. A spire is added here by aGaham. No infestation pits, so this could just be for Mutalisk. Interesting. He's also adding the Overlord speed here. The Zealots getting on top of the Hydralisk before most of the rest of the Protoss army was there, but still was close enough to not be too troublesome for him here. Let's take a look. Lynx. Again, I mean, it was a little tiny maneuver that we saw from Harstem just before, but rotating his army to the other flank where he met those Lynx earlier on, right over here. This is a really good maneuver, forcing a little bit of desynchronization between the two forces of aGaham, where the Lynx didn't really engage the army, as the Hydras and Queens were at the front. Harstem here, just a little prodding going on, wanting to see the overall army count, how many workers are there, and you know what, doesn't have to commit either. He forced out a lot of army units out of aGaham, and now can just hold these awkward positions here near these ramps, where, you know what, with his Storm available, and those Archon counts, it's going to be very difficult for aGaham to go through there. So as we can see, aGaham now working his way on a different path. The Clairvoyance was used, but you know what, a large part of the army that was working on that, so Harstem might not have an idea that this has been broken right now. Lynx rushing through, a good counterattack could take place here. Let's take a look. There are, of course, still quite a lot of shield batteries here. 2 Archons being morphed in, and a War Prism in the main base for aGaham. Probably already dropped a couple of Zealots here, now just going for it in the main base, as we are seeing actually Lynx getting on top of those High Templar from the back. Oh, only one actually. Archons were more than enough to help out with that situation, and you know what, that's gonna look like quite the GG here. As Harstem very nicely demolishing his Zerg opponents here. Even with those Lynx that were coming for the retreat, or for the counterattack, just coming back around again, trying to get on top of those High Templar. It just wasn't enough, unfortunately. And yeah, very well played there by Harstem. Great army control, and great just overall decision making, of course. Alright, so game number 3. Match point for both these players now. Would be quite the upset, of course, still, if aGaham manages to take this one. It was a nice way for him to get that first victory, of course. Must be feeling a little bit better than if he were to lose that one as well. Let's see whether or not aGaham will be able to take this one. Is he going to go for another cheeky proxy hatchery here, or is he going to go for something completely different? We'll have to wait and see. Making myself a referee again. Here we go. Let's see if both these players are ready. Is that a laser joining the lobby here? Fight. Okay. Okay. A laser just joined the lobby. He yelled out, "Fighting! aGaham, let's go!" And he just left again. Alright, here we see these two. Oh, and aGaham saying to Harstem, "You got a good practice partner there, don't you?" So, laser probably practicing for these types of matches with Harstem a lot. And yeah, now he's cheering on his opponent here. I mean, it would be lovely, right, to see aGaham beating Harstem in this series. We would all like to see it in a way, secretly. Taking down the big giant David versus the Goliath. In the bottom left side, we have little old David. He is the red Zerg. He is aGaham. And the Goliath for him to slay right now. The blue Protoss. In the top right, he is Harstem. Harstem? Hello? I don't know. My voice went a little bit loopy. Anyway. Let's see what happens. A gas first there for aGaham. What in the world is he doing? Meter creeps. What's his plan this time around? Another spawning pool on the way as well. Is he going to be doing the same thing? I mean, the quicker gas kind of, to me, feels like he's doing something different, right? There's no drone yet on the way either across the map. It looks like... Well, actually, it might still be this... Didn't really pay full attention to when that the drone was moving across previously, but this time around, you know what? Wow! Oh my God, the dodging on this drone, jeez Louise, snaking his way through the vision range of that probe there, hiding that something is coming across that way, and Harstem still putting down the Nexus here. First of all, it's a little bit of a less big choke, right? And alright, there is there is the hatchery. It's still at a rich Vespian geyser as well, so who knows what's gonna happen here. aGaham doesn't have to fully commit to this either, right? To some sort of aggression necessarily. He can just be trying to throw Harstem off as much as possible, trying to do just the biggest of mind games here. Let's see what his exact ideas are on how he wants to try and take this one. I mean, we're not seeing that many links yet in the production tab. The probes are looking around. They really want to find something here, and it looks like ultimately Harstem will find this base. It's going to take him a little bit longer, but he is definitely going to find it with these probes just looking around. And if he changes his mind and just makes that probe come home. So far, actually, not happening. And here it is, the big reveal. The hatchery is about to be finished. There it is. Harstem now fully aware of, well, the situation that he's in. Although, I'm not even sure what situation he's in, to be completely honest. A layer attack on the way as well for aGaham. So he's going to get the rich gas, right? So I would imagine he's going for some sort of a technology tree here. Maybe some sort of Nidus worm play could be the thing that he's trying to do. But he's getting so much gas for just a Nidus play, I'd say. He's getting 2 more gas geysers here? Where's he getting this other? Why are there 2 in production? Wait, does this one count for 2? Does it actually show up as 2 gas geysers here? That's crazy. I never knew. He's doing dropper loads. Alright, that's a good start. Already, that's going to be very successful here against the opening that we saw from Harstem. Just in the nick of time. But with the 2 adapts here, I mean, not the easiest of jobs for a bunch of links, of course, to kill off those adapts. Killing off 1, first of all, and he wants to try and get some damage done here as well, but looks like there's just enough for Harstem right now. Pulling just enough probes as well. It's only 1 single worker going down there. So far, alright, here is the tech tree coming down. There's the Spire on the way. So, a 2-base Spire with the rich Vespian. Oh, this is nice. He kept those links alive for a really long time, so now killing off another Adept. I mean, it's not game ending, but you know what? He gets the damage where he sees the opportunity, which is always nice. And ultimately, he did get himself, well, only 35 workers right now. Okay. Harstem is going to be able to just jump on this opportunity. Now, aGaham, luckily for him, of course, he did see absolutely everything in Harstem's base as well, so he is prepared, has the Spore Crawler, has the Queens, and ultimately, as soon as that Spire is done, it's going to be quite... well, it depends on how many Phoenixes actually are on the map as well. There's just 1. 2 Oracles. The 2 Oracles are going to be an easy pickings, of course, for those mud-muds, but ultimately, with the Stargate already out, a little bit frightened here for aGaham. These Mutalisks need to get here ASAP. About to finish up, but those Adepts are already here, of course. 2 Oracles as well. The Queen a little bit too far away from the Spore Crawler there. And now the Mutalisk trying their best to save these probes that are running away for their lives. Absolutely terrified. Gonna get lasered down. Nice, some severe sunburn happening now for those guys. Sunburn through green lasers. And down they go. 11 workers fallen there. 27 only remaining. And Harstem booting up the Phoenix count as well. Already having a second Stargate already completed here. So 2 Phoenixes gonna be created at the same time. Let's take a look. Only 10 Mutalisks in total right now. And already 3 of these Phoenixes wailing away with even a shield battery there to protect them. So this is looking very, very rough for aGaham. I don't think this is a very beneficial position for him at all whatsoever. Harstem seems to agree, and he's just taking a relaxing third base here. No problem for him. The Mutalisk trying their best, but the Phoenix for Harstem are just too properly controlled, and every single Mutalisk looks like they will fall here. A little bit unfortunate, but yeah, now there's more Phoenixes on the map than there is Mutalisk, and GG is called. Harstem, the Goliath, taking the game here. Unfortunately for Mr. aGaham, not managing to take the full game here. Oh well, oh well. A bit unfortunate. Anyway, that means that congratulations to Harstem. He will take the first victory here on the main stage.